Have you guys ever heard of AI generated foundation? Well, neither have I until I saw this ad.
I want to say yes, but to be honest, I don't. I've put unsure.
Very impressive.
Can't wait. It looks like it could match me for sure.
Here we go. I can't believe that's been done by AI.
I saw a machine and AI create this whole thing for me.
The brand we're going to be testing out today is called Dcypher, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time I'm seeing AI and makeup sort of mixed together into one world. Now the ad looked convincing, however, I'm still not 100% sold on this. So let's see together whether this foundation is worth the hype and worth the money. Alright, so here is a little flashback of me ordering this product. So you kind of have to fill out a little bit of a quiz. So I selected the My Custom foundation, which was 30 ml. This was £34. Which I feel like for a foundation is a little bit more on the premium high-end side, of course. At the start of the quiz, you got to select what kind of coverage you wanted. I went for a full coverage. I then went for a natural finish, and my skin is oily / combi. It then prompted me to take a scan of my skin tone. So this is essentially just a photo. So this is what you do. You pose your face within the circle and it scans your skin tone. I feel like this part I'm just a little bit unsure about because it could totally just be a gimmick. When it comes to photographing your own skin and getting the most accurate result, obviously there's variables. You could have bad lighting in your house, and of course your skin tone as a result will look different. So I would say to get the most accurate result, definitely try and take a picture in the best lighting possible. After all of that, it then generated my very own foundation shade for me, which was called A1222D, whatever that means. It was then time to check out, and here is the product. Be warned though, when I ordered this, I didn't actually receive the foundation on my first go. I was actually supposed to review this product in another video a couple of weeks back. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll link it in the eye. But basically, what has actually arrived the first time was this, and I didn't realize, but this was actually a set of brushes. So they did send me the wrong product. I was so gutted. However, the customer service was very good. When I emailed them about the error, they did send me out my correct foundation, and they didn't even ask for the brushes back. So I mean, I guess it's a 2 for 1. All right, so here is the moment of truth. Let's crack this open. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Oh. There are things flying out, and there is the foundation. Oh, okay. I mean, it does at a first glance look like my skin tone, so that's looking promising. It looks a little bit unappetizing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna show you guys a close-up. Look at that. It's all very bitty inside. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, it just goes to show that the actual product isn't full to the brim. That's why it's doing that separating thing. So I'm just gonna shake it. I mean, it feels like there's a decent bit of product in there. All right, so this is what the bottle looks like. It's a very nice design, very simple. This is actually made of glass. This is made of plastic. This is what it says on the back. It says shake well before use. All right, so first things first, let's just pump a little bit of this foundation onto the back of my hand. Okay, the pump is very, very nice. It doesn't distribute too much of the product. First glance of the shade, I mean, compared to my hand, it's looking pretty pale, but I guess we'll see what it looks like on my face. I guess I'm just gonna do a couple of dots everywhere, and then I'm actually gonna blend it out with 2 different forms of tools. So I'm gonna use a brush on one side, and I'm gonna use a beauty blender on the other. I have already primed my face, by the way. I just put a little bit of cream on. I didn't want the foundation to be swayed by what primer was underneath, so I literally just put some moisturizer on. Okay, on my forehead it's looking very, very pale. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna use a brush to blend out this side. I can already see that this is gonna be pretty close to my skin because this dot right here, where I've placed a little blob of foundation, has blended into my skin so nicely. Obviously, where I've got redness around my chin, it looks a lot worse, but I mean, overall, I'm hoping this is gonna look good. I'm gonna use one of the Dcypher brushes that they accidentally sent me, so let's just go in and blend this out. Ooh. Okay. It's blending out really, really nicely. The coverage is great. Okay, what are we thinking? I mean, that's a pretty close match to my neck, right? Let's do the forehead. My forehead always seems to be a little bit darker because obviously that's where the sun catches the best. But that is looking pretty good. Oh my gosh. I love the finish so much. It's not too glowy, but it's not too matte. It's literally just like the most natural looking finish. Wow. I'm so impressed so far. What the hell? Now let's do this side, but with a beauty blender. Let's see how that performs. Just gonna bounce that foundation in. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation on this side, so I'm really keen to see how this foundation will perform with that. Gosh, wow. This literally is my foundation shade. I actually can't believe how closely this has matched my skin. What the hell? I'm sorry, but at the start I was so skeptical. I really did not think that a picture on my phone could literally match my shade this well. I mean, look at my foundation. Look at it compared to my neck. It's so well matched. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the line, I struggle to match my foundation shade. I feel like so many people go through that, and I am one of those people. My skin tone, I feel like, is always really hard to match just because I have a little bit of like olive toned in there, but it's also a little bit like yellow undertone. And this is literally my perfect foundation. I don't think I've ever matched my own foundation this good. Coverage wise, you can still see my little hyper pigmentation here, maybe a little bit here. So maybe I'm just gonna try and layer up a little bit more of the foundation and see how that performs. I'm just gonna pick up some on my finger and literally just pat it in, almost like a concealer, just to really see if this foundation is actually buildable or not. This side, I feel like it's almost covered. You can still see a little bit of like the shadow there, but it is a lot better than it was the first time around. The foundation formula is really creamy as well, which I love. I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyelids as well, just to kind of cover up any darkness. I'm really glad that I actually went for the full coverage option. I obviously can't talk about what the other formulas would be like. I feel like the full one is a bit more versatile because you could totally thin it out with a moisturizer and then maybe make a little bit more of like a BB cream. But equally, you can wear it full coverage like this, and it's looking pretty natural to me. I found that with this foundation, a very little bit goes a long way, so I am very pleased. All right, so here is an ultra close-up, really exposing all of my facial hair here, but this is for your benefit so you can really see how the foundation is sitting on my skin. All right, so now that the foundation is applied, I'm now just gonna go ahead and quickly set it with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch powder. I'm gonna use my little powder puff to do this, and I'm just gonna set right here and just any areas where I normally get a little bit oily. I just wanna give this foundation a good chance and apply it the same way that I normally would apply my other foundations. Now the last step is I'm just literally gonna apply a little bit of contouring and some blusher, just as I normally would do my everyday makeup, just so that I'm ready to take on the day. And in a couple of hours, I'm gonna come back and let you guys see what this foundation has worn like. All right guys, it's been about 3 hours since I last was on camera showing you guys the foundation up close. I've just been working away, doing some emails and also filming another video. And this is how my foundation looks after all of that. I feel like finish wise, it's still looking pretty good. It definitely has started to crease in my smile lines underneath here a little bit, but overall the coverage still looks pretty good in my opinion. It still looks pretty flawless, and I mean that's saying something because I've literally just filmed another video where I've been changing out of about 10 different outfits, sweating so much, and I feel like none of that sweat has actually showed through. So either it's the foundation or the powder. Anyways, here's a little close-up of what the foundation is looking like. I mean, it's as bad as any other foundation. I mean, the signs of wearing it throughout the day is obviously going to be apparent with any foundation. I feel like you can't really get around the creasing with the mouth or the creasing on the forehead. That's just going to happen with any foundation. So I would say this one is looking pretty good considering I have been doing some hardcore sweating. So overall, what do I have to say about this foundation? I mean, I actually feel like this is magic in a bottle. I don't think my skin has looked this good in a long time with foundation on. I'm just now so gutted that I didn't have this foundation in time for my wedding because that would have just been amazing. Now my foundation for the wedding was this one. It was the Laura Mercier one, which I swear by, it's been my go-to foundation for ages now. But I have to say, I think this one takes the crown. Honestly, shade-wise, this is way better for me, and just texture-wise as well, it just looks way more natural than this one. So I guess all there's left to do is to rate this out of 10 as I normally do. I mean, I genuinely feel like this deserves a 10 out of 10. I mean, my experience with the company at the start was a little bit rocky, but now that I have the actual foundation in my hand, I would say this is definitely worth the money. So that is all for this video and my foundation review. Let me know what you guys thought of this foundation. Would you try it for yourself? If so, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it after trying it out. As always, thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. Definitely smash that huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found this video helpful. But that's all from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!